We are back on Smells Like 90's Rock. I'm thinking I'm having a minor stroke. I really am.
We're professionals.
I've been stressed out immensely this week, but we're okay. We're here on Smells Like 90's Rock. Movie sign again.
Mm-hmm.
Another salute to 90s movie themes. Heard one of my favorite songs, "The Kids Aren't All Right" by The Offspring from the movie The Faculty.
That's the only movie that I've seen from this list.
Thus far, you've not seen The Crow.
Homework.
Now I'm surprised you've not seen The Crow.
Well, I've seen bits and pieces of it, but I've never actually sat through an entire viewing of The Crow.
I see. Well, you've missed much because it's a good film, and you said you've only seen bits and pieces of it.
Yeah, I've only seen bits and pieces.
Wow.
And I know that Brandon Lee was Bruce Lee's kid, and that's about the only.
And the fact that he was killed in the film.
Yeah, and he was killed in the film.
Literally killed in the film.
Yeah, and
So
that's all I know. That is all I know about
That's
The
all
Crow.
That's all you know at this point.
I'm going to make you rewatch it.
Yeah, you need to watch this film because it's
Not
a
even
good movie.
rewatch it, but just watch it.
Watch it for the
Yeah,
first time. It's a
yeah.
good film. You're missing
Definitely.
much.
If so far the first one, now I like all the movies on this list, but that is one that if you're going to be my friend, you have to see.
Mm-hmm.
The Crow, really? That's the one.
It was, for many of us young girls, a sexual awakening.
I'm sure it was.
It was a powerful
Brandon Lee,
film,
but
people. Yes,
So
powerful
yeah, you
film
had
for
to
the
see it.
ladies.
I don't know. Is it? It's kind of weird though that the film you choose as your sexual awakening, the main star dies. So that just seems a little off-putting to me.
Okay, you have to understand when I first saw it, I didn't know Brandon Lee died.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, wait. So
It was all. It
But
was
I was living in Germany at the time.
Oh,
that's
really?
even
So I didn't have
weirder.
access to the internet or any of that stuff. This is pre, like, everything gets out.
but if somebody dies, it's still going to be on the news.
But no, because I only had AFN News, which is like the Armed Forces news. So they were focusing on stuff other than that. I didn't have, like, Entertainment Tonight.
Yeah, they didn't give a crap about Brandon Lee.
Yeah,
Well,
so
I mean, I thought you might picked up somewhere, some
Like-
No.
outside news
Like
source. It is-
what branch of the military was it?
Yeah.
AFN services everybody.
Okay. So it's not really serviced by any specific branch of the military. It's not run by any specific
No.
branch.
Yeah.
Okay. So yes, so like no random serviceman is probably going to do like a piece on Brandon Lee.
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't talking.
Although
about,
he might.
I wasn't talking about that news source.
I
I'm
could
just
see a
saying
rant-
that there some international news source that may have been on the television at some point that would have given you
No.
more world news other than just what the military
No,
was doing.
I-
Nothing at all.
No.
Okay, then that
I mean, I
makes
don't
sense.
understand German. They might have talked about it, but I wasn't watching
Well, that there's that too.
Yeah, and then the newspaper was the Stars and Stripes.
Yeah.
Again, run by the military.
Again, that's true.
So my content was very filtered.
No, that does make sense.
And then
but-
I found out years
The
later.
Joint Chiefs of Staff did not give a crap
Yeah.
about Brandon Lee.
Yeah.
I found out years later, and I was like so sad.
right.
So I was like, why did he never make another movie? He was great.
I said, well, he's not alive anymore.
Yeah.
So that kind
Yeah,
of
sorry.
that puts a damper on that second movie deal that we had.
Yeah,
with
why didn't he do Titanic? That would have been
Exactly.
great. He could have beat up everybody on the boat and
Films-
then killed
It was awesome, but
Well,
the main villain.
That leads to a lot of what other films would he have been?
And he
in
probably
if
would have
lived
flipped
on?
Kate Winslet off the big door.
okay.
And he would, yeah. That movie would have been much different if Brandon Lee
I
had been on the
think
Titanic.
Brandon Lee would have been in The Matrix and not Keanu Reeves.
I agree with that. I was going to say Blade, but The Matrix, you're right. More Matrix than Blade. I think you're right.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
And
Well, no. He probably could have easily fit into Blade.
He
But
could-
Blade is
Blade is black. He could have not played Blade.
Yeah.
He could have played one of the he probably could have played a good Deacon Frost, now that I think about it.
he could have. He could also have. Who else could have he played? He could have done.
In
come
Blade?
on.
Or
No,
just
no.
any other
in
movie?
Any other movie.
I don't know. What's a good
I'm trying to think. There wasn't like anything that maybe would have fit his.
any kind of sci-fi fantasy movie
the
that was
Fifth
big?
Element. He could have done The Fifth Element.
No.
Is that too much Bruce Willis?
That's too much. I mean, it had to be an old sort of curmudgeon guy.
Oh, okay.
I think he would have fit well into like the Fast and Furious franchise.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah,
That's true.
I can
Yeah.
see that.
See, I'm just keeping it in the 90s.
They
Now,
wouldn't-
yeah, let's branch out into the
Next time
2000s.
yeah.
What other movies
Yeah.
could he have done?
Well, they could, and I guess they didn't have the CGI technology, so when they made the sequel to The Crow, they couldn't CGI Brandon Lee's face onto somebody else like they've done for Paul Walker,
Yeah.
which is weird.
And just-
By the way, that is
Yeah.
so weird.
They need to retire that character and fast. Because
They
he's
did.
Not,
I
okay,
think
good.
according. I don't know. I can't spoil what I haven't seen, but apparently they.
Yeah, well,
I've seen none of those movies either. So
I've not seen any of the Furious ones either. I'm not interested. I'm sorry, folks. I'm not interested into the Fast and Furious movies. I'm just not.
You all
I'm
make me
not
want
either.
to cry.
I'm just not.
I mean,
I'll watch The Crow. I would legitimately watch The Crow. It looks like an interesting movie, but the Fast and the Furious movies,
not
just,
really. Yeah, it's just
they
not.
just don't do it for me.
I don't feel it. I'm not. No. It's not. There's nothing there. I feel nothing.